Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hagarage and I'm here with my recap and review of Digimon Ghost Game, the anime season number 1, episode number 18, which is titled The Land of Children. And this was an okay episode. It was enjoyable and it also gave us another layer to the world building that's going on in Digimon Ghost Game. Now, I wasn't able to do a recap and review of the previous episode. It was enjoyable too. The biggest thing that we got from the previous episode is that these kids can end up connecting with each other's Digimon. And the previous episode actually had Ruli. She ended up connecting with Tesla Jellimon, and Tesla's Jellimon's attack, Punishine, that ended up being downloaded into Ruli's consciousness, and she was able to call out the attack. And using Punishine, the attack, Tesla Jellimon was able to go up against an ultimate level Digimon. That was cool. It kind of reminded me of Pokemon, how Misty, Ash, and Brock, they could use each other's Pokemon when needed because of the connection that they shared. But yeah, let's see if moving forward, if these kids can allow each other's not Pokemon, each other's Digimon to digivolve as well if during an emergency. But let's see what happens. Anyway, coming back to episode number 18. So basically this episode dealt with a Digimon called Petermon, which is basically a play on the Peter Pan lore. And Petermon has been going around the city kidnapping children because he doesn't want children to grow up, because he wants to preserve the child's innocence, and because grown-ups are just bad and they lie and they break promises and all of that stuff. So he enters the room of this kid. I think this kid's name is Kuzuma or something, and he ends up asking if the kid wants to go with him to Never Ever Land, and the kid is like, yeah, let's go. Now, once Petermon has kidnapped the kid, it turns out that with the parents and the rest of the family sleeping, Petermon can use his whistle in order to mess with a person's memories, and that's how he has been keeping the rest of the family of the kids that he kidnapped uh, under control, because they don't remember that they actually had a kid that got kidnapped, and that's why I guess there haven't been any police reports. So we cut to Hiro, and Hiro is like, you know what, I have to go to school, and what are you going to do, Gamamon? And Gamamon has apparently been spending time with Kiyoshiro watching movies, and Gamamon is like, yeah, you go, I'll watch another movie with Kiyoshiro. However, before Hiro can leave his room, two Hawkmon appear, and Hawkmon are like, well, we have a friend called Kazuma, and he got kidnapped, and we want to ask you for help. And Hiro's like, okay, so who told you that you can contact me if you needed help? And this is where the Hawkmon are like, well, Clockman told us that if we are ever in danger, we can always reach out to Hiro, because Hiro is the type of person who will never say no to helping someone. So Hiro decides to go into Kiyoshiro's room, and Kiyoshiro, being the fanboy that he is, he's currently obsessed with this wizard detective franchise, where I think it features a 3,000-year-old wizard elf who solves mysteries, and Kiyoshiro is doing his cosplay and all of that stuff. And Hiro tells Kiyoshiro the situation, but Hiro needs to go to school, and Kyoshiro's like, you know what, don't worry, I'll figure this out. So Kyoshiro, in his cosplay, he ends up going to Kazuma's house. And yeah, because of how Petermon has been messing up with the parents or the family's memories, they don't remember that they had a son called Kazuma. And Kyoshiro's like, well, I would like you to let me in. And the mom is like, no, I will call the police, stop annoying me. But Kyoshiro takes, he doesn't accept it, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to open the door using my magic. And yeah, Jellymon is the one who opens the door, and Kyoshiro walks in, and he notices Kazuma's shoes, and the mom starts getting confused because I guess the memories are coming back. And Kyoshiro goes into Kazuma's room, and the mom is like, this room shouldn't even be here, I don't remember that I had a kid. And yeah, all of the memories are coming back and rushing into her mind, and that's taking a toll on her psyche, and she doesn't know what to do. And she's like, you know what, Kyoshiro, just get out of my house. And Kyoshiro does that, and Kyoshiro is like, wait, so is Kazuma even alive, or is he supposed to be a ghost because his mom doesn't remember him? But before Kyoshiro can walk away, Hawkmon are like, well, there's something else that we need to tell you. So it turns out that Petermon has also been kidnapping young Digimon. So yeah, this is a mystery that Kiyoshiro is like, you know what, we have to solve this. So they have a meeting in I think this is Hiro's room, right? Yeah, they have a meeting in Hiro's room, and Ruli is talking to the boys through video call. Angramon is there as well, and to try to figure out what they need to do. And this is where Jellymon is like, well, it turns out that the kids are being kidnapped at night, and the memories of the people and the memories are being messed up as well. And Kyoshiro is like, what the heck did you drag me into, Hiro? I don't want to be part of this investigation, because Hiro's like, of course we have to investigate. We have to go. So the investigate starts. The kids with their Digimon are outside in the city trying to see if they can find any clues. And because Angoramon is actually carrying Ruli and they are flying with one of the Hawkmon, this is where Ruli ends up noticing Petermon, and Petermon is has already kidnapped another kid. And yeah, she calls Hiro, and Hiro is like, okay, so Digimon is involved. So of course that calms Kiyoshiro down. Kiyoshiro is like, okay, so if it's a Digimon that's involved, we can handle the situation, because yeah, Kiyoshiro is afraid of actual ghosts. He's not necessarily afraid of Digimon. And yeah, so they go after Petermon, and Petermon goes to this, I think it's supposed to be a playground or something, or maybe a construction site. I'm not really sure. So he basically. Oh, before that happens, I forgot. I forgot. The image reminded me. But yeah, so Jellymon digivolves into Tesla Jellymon to go after Petermon, and Gamamon is like, I would like to evolve too. And Hiro is like, yeah, we'll do that, but not now. Because again, Hiro is very worried about how unpredictable Gamamon's digi evolutions are. So back to the empty playground or the construction site. Petermon ends up opening a door to the Never Ever Land, and and he goes in, and yeah, he then notices Hiro and his group and the two Hawkmon, and Petermon ends up kidnapping the Hawkmon as well. He doesn't do anything to Hiro, Ruli, or Kiyoshiro, because he's like, you know what, you guys stink of grown-ups, and I don't want you guys to stink up my Never Ever Land. So he goes into the portal closes, and this is where Hiro is like, okay, so how the heck does this portal work, huh? Because and this is where Angoramon is like, well, the portal actually needs someone from on the other side saying the password back in order for the portal to open, because when Petermon was opening the portal, you could see children screaming never ever land to a question about where they are or something. I don't necessarily remember, but yeah, they need someone on the other side in order for the portal to be opened and for them to go in. And they're like, you know what, we can't do anything right now, so let's handle this tomorrow. And as they're all sleeping, of course, Petermon comes back in, and Petermon ends up whistling and messing up with everyone's memories. At first, he wants to kidnap Gamamon, but he's like, you stink of grown-ups as well, because Gamamon has been spending time with Hiromon. So he whistles, and everyone's memories have been wiped. When they wake up, Kiyoshiro ends up calling Hiro, and he's like, Kiyoshiro, I'm not, yeah, Kiyoshiro is like, Hiro, I'm not really sure, but I have a group meeting scheduled for today, so what's that about? I don't remember. So yeah, they all meet, and this is where Ruli is like, you know what, last night my mobile phone was with Agoramon, and it turns out that Agoramon ended up filming a lot of footage with Petermon, with them going after Petermon opening the portal, kidnapping Hawkmon, and yeah, everything is coming back to the kids, and it's taking a toll on their psyche, but they can handle it. They're like, you know what, we have to figure something out. We need to figure out how to go into that portal. And this is where Hiro comes up with the plan. So they end up using Gamamon, who is fake sleeping, and Petermon decides to kidnap Gamamon because he doesn't smell like Hiro anymore. I'm not really sure if that's how scents work, that a person can lose someone else's scent in like a day, or maybe a few hours, not even a complete 24 hours. But anyway, Petermon doesn't smell Hiro on Gamamon anymore for some reason, and he ends up taking Gamamon, and the rest of the kids and the team are going after Petermon, but they're keeping their distance because they don't want Petermon to catch their scent. So in Never Ever Land, where Gamamon has been taken by Petermon, we see a whole lot of kids just having fun, and a lot of little Digimon having fun as well. And yeah, I'm like, okay, so I really hope that Gamamon remembers what he needs to do, because Gamamon might end up having a lot of fun as well, and actually forgetting that he needs to say the password to let Hiro in. And this is and yeah, this is where we get a scene where Kazuma is playing with this particular Digimon, and they're playing football, and the Digimon is unable to block Kazuma's ball, the kicked ball, I guess. Yeah, that's what you would say, right? Yeah, Kazuma hit the football, and the football ended up going into the goal, and the Digimon was unable to stop it. And the Digimon was like, you know what? I could have been able to stop it if I was just a bit bigger. And yeah, that grates Petermon, because he's like, okay, so you want to grow up, you want to go grow bigger. That's not allowed in Never Ever Land. And he ends up threatening the poor Digimon, and the Digimon is like, no, no, I made a mistake. Please forgive me, have mercy, and all of that stuff. So you can see that even though Petermon is all about staying young and not growing up, there is an evil streak inside Petermon. So Petermon goes away to kidnap more Digimon and gets. And this is where Hiro ends up asking the question about where are we, or something to that effect. And Gamamon remembers, and yeah, Gamamon ended up meeting Hawkmon, and Hawkmon remember Gamamon, and they're yeah, the Hawkmon are very happy that Hiro is going to come help them. So they say the password, and Hiro, Ruli, and Kiyoshiro enter the Never Ever Land. And they're like, oh, so this is an entirely new place. However, before they can leave or do something, Petermon comes back, because Petermon is like, I knew I smelled something. And yeah, this is where Petermon ends up making everyone go to sleep, because he doesn't want anyone interfering, and he also doesn't want anyone seeing what's about to happen and all of that stuff. And yeah, Hiro and the team and the rest of the team are ready to fight. But Tesla Jellyman goes up against Petermon, and Petermon dodges Saber Angora. It was Saber Angoramon, right? Yeah, Saber Angoramon ends up going after Petermon, and yeah, even though Petermon is supposed to be a champion level Digimon, for some reason, I guess due to plot, Tesla Jellymon and Saber Angoramon are having trouble trying to fight him. But yeah, I think Petermon knows that he couldn't win against two other champion level Digimon, and that's where Petermon decides to fight dirty. He ends up whistling, and that puts the kids that and the Digimon that were sleeping under his control. And he actually uses the kids and the Digimon to attack Tesla Jellymon, and Saber Angoramon. And yeah, that's tough, because Saber Angoramon and Jellymon can't necessarily start hitting kids. So yeah, he's playing dirty. And this is where he ends up and this is where a very interesting thing happened. So while Tesla Jellymon and Saber and Goramon are still trying to fight Petermon ends up throwing a sword at them, and I think Angoramon dodges it, and that sword starts going towards Kazuma, and the Hawkmon are like, we have to protect Kazuma, he's our friend. And the bond that they share with Kazuma, that ends up helping them digivolve into Arcamon. So yeah, Hawkmon digivolving into Arcamon, a bird digivolving into a whale, basically. Only in Digimon, you all. So yeah, Hawkmon are like, we are Arcamon now, and due to the bond that we shared with you, that's why we were able to digivolve, and they end up using their sonic voice in order to wake the rest of the children up. And the rest of the children are like, you know what, we would like to grow up as well, digi evolution is very cool, and all of that stuff. And yeah, while that's happening, Hiro ends up allowing Gabumon to evolve, and he ends up digivolving into Vizeng Gamamon. And Vizeng Gamamon, yeah, Petermon tries to attack Vizeng Gamamon, but Vizeng Gamamon is very, very durable, his sword breaks and all of that stuff. And yeah, Petermon is down, and the rest of the kids are very interested in growing up, as I said, and of course their Digimon want to grow up as well. And then we get to see a whole lot of Digi evolutions happen in Never Ever Land, because of the bonds that these Digimon share with the children. And I'm like, okay, so I guess there are a whole lot of Digimon out there who have made friends with human children. So I'm interested in seeing how that plays out in the upcoming episodes. And yeah, Petermon is like, why is everyone growing up? It's forbidden. It's forbidden. Why would you even want to grow up in the first place? Because grown-ups are they break promises, they can't be trusted, they lie, and all of that stuff. And Hiro is like, no, not all grown-ups are like that. And Hiro ends up using his talk no jutsu in order to tell Petermon that, you know what, Petermon, I want to grow up too, because I want to be like my dad. And Petermon is like, what the heck is a dad? So yeah, Hiro is like, well, my dad, even though he is having fun being free, he is someone who doesn't break promises, yeah, when you grow up, it doesn't mean that you have to stop having fun, or you have to start lying to other people. And I'm like, Hiro, I can understand where you're where you're coming from, but you know what? In a sense, I was like, Hiro, I'm not really sure if you're making as strong as an argument as you think you are, because Hiro's like, well, my dad is having fun as well, roaming around freely, and I'm like, Hiro, shouldn't he be keeping an eye on you as well? He is a father. He has responsibilities. You can't just shun your responsibilities when you grow up, even no matter how much you want to. But yeah, Hero's like, you know what, I would like to grow up and become my dad. And I'm like, oh, okay. So while that's happening, Captain Hookmon, another Digimon, decides to break into Never Ever Land, and Captain Hookmon is like, "Yeah, Hero is saying the truth, is telling you the truth, Petermon. Growing up doesn't mean that you have to stop having fun. Look at me, I'm still having fun. So if you want to grow up and still want to have fun, why don't you come aboard this ship and start living with me?" And Petermon is like, "Yeah, you smell very good, even though you're a grown up, and you know what? I will join you." And then these two start, I guess, play fighting with each other, and the ship leaves, and I'm like, okay, so and before they go, Hiro is like, Petermon, you have to release all of the children, right? And Petermon is like, yeah, don't worry about it. So everyone is safe, the children are safe, the Digimon are safe, their memories are back, I guess. And yeah, this is where Kiyoshiro is like, yup, another mystery solved by the wizard elf detective. And yeah, before Petermon went away, Petermon said that, remember your promise to me, Hero. So basically, Hero's promise was that he wants to grow up and become like his father and all of that stuff, and become a better grown up, a better adult. And he's like, yeah, even though I made such a promise to Petermon, I'm not really sure if I'll be able to fulfill it. And Ruli is like, you know what? Don't sweat it. It doesn't matter if you fulfill the promise or not. The only thing that matters is that you actually mean it, that you actually work towards fulfilling that promise, and that's what matters. And Hero's like, yeah, thank you. So this is where the episode ended, and yeah, it was an okay episode. It was just okay. It was just okay. Again, the biggest thing that we found out in this episode is that apparently there are numerous Digimon out there who have formed bonds with human children for some reason, and yeah, those bonds have helped the Digimon to digivolve, which again, I'm really interested in seeing how that plays out in the upcoming episodes. Let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section below, and until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.